Hello, Vault Hunters. I'm Eli Roth, the director and co-writer of Borderlands. Welcome to the 360 behind the scenes of Borderlands. I want everyone to feel what it was like to be on the set making this incredible movie. We filmed Borderlands during the pandemic, and we weren't allowed to have any visitors on set. And I wanted to film it and record it and create an experience that gave you the sensation of what it was like to be there with us. Everybody worked so hard to create something really unique and spectacular, and to create a world, to bring the world of Pandora to life. The film begins with Cate Blanchett's character, Lilith, being dropped on Pandora, which is a trashed wasteland of a planet. So she would do anything to avoid returning, and she has been unceremoniously dumped here, charged with finding Atlas's missing daughter, Tina.
Why don't we run it one?
Hello, Vault Hunter. Need a ride?
I'm not a Vault Hunter, but...
Then welcome aboard. People inside. Bags up top.
In the game Borderlands, one of the first things you do is you get on Marcus's bus. He will drive you to Firestone, he'll drive you to Sanctuary City. So we wanted to put him in the movie. Marcus is played by Benjamin Byron Davis, who I think did an incredible job bringing Marcus to life. He's an old friend of mine and one of my favorite actors. You might know him as Dutch if you play Red Dead Redemption 2. This is what he looks like in real life.
It was time to catch a ride and head north.
Hello, Vault Hunter. Need a ride?
Yeah, not a Vault Hunter, but...
Then welcome aboard. People inside, bags up top. Don't need any explosives going pop. That is a mess to clean up, believe me.
So we were filming in Budapest. Budapest gave us these incredible quarries, but it was about 0 degrees every time we shot, and we picked this amazing outfit. Poor Cate was freezing, but she was such a champ out there in that cold and that howling wind. It was not easy to shoot there. The rest of us are all bundled up. My assistant on Borderlands was the young filmmaker Dash Upton. I gave him the entire VR department, so all the footage you're watching was shot by Dash. Round of applause for Dash Upton. You know, Cate Blanchett wanted to do all her own gun twirling and as much of her stunts as possible. Fantastic stunt double, Laura. She does an amazing job. To see Laura side by side with Cate. But as you can see, we wanted to build as much practical as possible. When you're on a location like the truck stacks, we really built a lot of that. And then we had this platform that was about 80 feet up in the air where we had Cate and Ariana on these rigs where you're seeing them training, where they're running and jumping. And it's no joke doing that stuff. I mean, one of the reasons I wanted to bring the 360 camera up there is so you could look down and just see how high up they really were. So they were on this incredible rig that was made by Gege, who was doing our practical effects. Gege is a madman, and we programmed it so it would vibrate and tilt almost like an amusement park ride. We rehearsed it for a day, so you can see them in the white outfits running and jumping and rehearsing. And then when we shot it, I mean, it was amazing. They ran and they jumped and they went for it. So we had their stunt doubles for some of the shots, but for most of it, you really had to have them up there. We shot this in 2021, so we started prep in late 2020, where I was scouting locations, finding all the different quarries, just going out to the middle of nowhere to find the coolest spots, and actually found this whole network of tunnels called the beer tunnels. No, they are not filled with beer. There were beer factories above, but they were built during World War II. So bringing Pandora to life, you know, you start with the designs, you start with the drawing, and then you just start building. I worked with our stunt coordinator, James O'Donnell, also known as Jimmy O.D., and Dan Arias, who's our fight coordinator, and we wanted to use the cast as much as possible, design really cool, interesting, fun fights, but, you know, we're doing it with 150 extras. We just kept running them at them, and everybody wanted to fight. I mean, Kevin is incredible. I mean, Florian Munteanu plays Krieg, and he's an amazing actor and a natural athlete. He was a professional boxer. But I could throw him and Kevin on a set, give him 40 stunt people, and say, all right, let's come up with a fight right now. And Kevin would learn the moves and remember them perfectly. Stuff that takes people weeks to learn, Kevin could learn it in 5 minutes and remember it and execute it. So when you have someone who's as skilled of a performer as Kevin and Florian fighting side by side, it just gives you the opportunity as a director to just set up the camera and stand back and let them do their thing. I worked with the director of photography, Rohir Stofers. He's an amazing cinematographer. You can see him next to me with the white hair and the glasses. We did Death Wish and House of the Clock on Its Walls together, and Borderlands was by far our biggest challenge, and I think he really just did a spectacular job. I mean, you want to talk about vault hunting. Gearbox opened up their vault of art department stuff to us. So Andrew Menzies, my production designer, and Andy Wirt, the prop master, and Daniel Orlandi, my costume designer, we could just dive into everything, all things Borderlands, and pick and choose what we think is going to work best in the movie, what we can manufacture. Okay, this is how the Crimson Lance are going to look. These are their guns. Okay, let's have these guns for Lilith. We like the Vladoff Infinity. This cast was the best I've ever worked with. I had an amazing experience working with Cate Blanchett and Jack Black on my film House of the Clock on Its Walls, and they were the first ones I went to when I got on Borderlands. And Cate said yes, which was incredible. I just loved the idea of Cate as a pissed off bounty hunter and Jack as an annoying sidekick robot. And they were so terrific. Jack was not on set with us, but he recorded all of his lines.
Hey there, Vault Hunters!
And then I would act as Claptrap, kind of squatting and wandering around, which drove the cast crazy. They would go, Eli, stop it. And I go, what? I'm just being Claptrap. Really drove them nuts, but that actually worked for their performance.
I'm just kidding! I was designed to withstand all kinds of violent acts, even completely unjustified ones like yours. Now I bet you're wondering, what's the deal with this thing?
No, I'm not.
I'm programmed for humor, so I will process that as witty banter.
But once we had Cate and Jack, Jamie Lee Curtis came on board. Kevin Hart wanted to be part of it, really wanted to reinvent himself as an action star, and then we said, you know, the only way you're gonna do it is if you just do it and show that you can really do it. Then this new girl auditioned, Ariana Greenblatt, and man, you knew right away she was gonna be a huge star. So we filmed this pre-Barbie, and she was so funny. She's really the heart and soul of the movie. You can see it, like what you're seeing on set with us dancing and having fun, that was the vibe. It became our own little world, being on Pandora. The world of the movie became the real world for us. But it was fun. You could see Ariana, she's there. My son Hunter is there dancing. You can see him, he plays Pickles, who runs the gun store with Marcus. Gina Gershon and I have been looking for a project to do together. She was the first person I thought of when we were casting Mad Moxie, and her and Cate had just worked together, so they were friends. So really the vibe on set was pretty magical.
Like a sack of potatoes. So that's quite a hell of a tab. Who's going to pay for that? You? Atlas?
I have a cameo there. That's my wife, Victoria, who was working in fashion but worked in the costume department with Daniel Orlandi. And we are dressed as two of our favorite movie characters. It's a pretty obscure reference, but you might know what it is. Let's see if you can guess it. But yeah, blink and you'll miss me in the movie. All of these little elements need to be designed. What did the houses look like? What did the original settlement look like? What did it look like when you were working for these corporations and everyone had the same uniform and then the bandits came in and took it over? This was my first big visual effects movie. I love practical effects, I love world building, but you know, a lot of these things defy physics. So you're going to rely on visual effects. Scott Stockdike, our visual effects supervisor, did a magnificent job. I mean, there were teams of thousands of artists. Just sit and look through the credits of the movie. You know, we hope you enjoy it. I just wanted everyone to know what it was like to be there, to get the vibe of being on set, to see the incredible camera work. But yeah, we wanted something that was fun and beautiful and wild and totally insane and really honored the incredible world of Borderlands. Experience Borderlands in theaters and IMAX on August 9th. I'll see you at the movies.